Yes guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today's video, as you've seen by the title, is I received darts coaching from a professional darts coach. This video is well overdue, by the way. Apologies to Sam, who was my coach. I had a couple of sessions with him back in the summer before I went to the WDF British Open in September. Now, I know what you're thinking. You actually went to the British Open. You're not even that good of a player. I know, but it's nice to get out, have a weekend away, play some darts, test yourself and see how you get on. If you guys don't know, I've mentioned it in a few videos before, but I was actually struggling with elbow injury and dartitis, especially earlier this year. Dartitis is basically where you pull the dart back and in some way you just can't really start. For me, it was I'd pull back, I'd get stuck there, and then I'd do that and throw. So I could still throw, but my throw was being compromised by the fact that my body was making an involuntary movement, which is outwards, and that way I'll try and have some footage for you. It wasn't as prevalent in the coaching sessions I was having, but probably more so in some of the streams I was doing around the time. So I went to Sam, who's a JDC qualified level 2 coach, really into his darts. He's got his own purpose-built darts coaching room as well. I'd highly recommend you go and check him out, get some sessions in for 2025 if you're looking to improve your game. It really helped me. He helps people from like absolute beginners up to, you know, adult professional level. So any standard, if you want to go get some darts coaching, he really works on the fundamentals. He won't change anything too drastically, but he'll put enough in place that you can notice small changes, which I definitely have done. I'm going to leave some footage in from our coaching sessions. I'm not going to put too much in just because obviously Sam does sort of similar things with other people and I don't want to give away too much IP. So I'm going to leave some footage in now of some of our coaching sessions.
Oh yeah, just to start with, if you just want to just start with some darts, but we'll try what we spoke about obviously with the feet, just trying to, let's say, just trying to be a bit more squared off with your feet, just help a little bit. So yes, somewhere probably around there. If it feels uncomfortable or too far back, just bring that back foot just in a little bit tighter. You can make it a bit easier for leaning in, that's all.
Yeah. I think with your throw, you know, just with that, obviously slight pause every now and again.
Yeah.
I think obviously they're the ones where I see the change, but it's because, you know, we spoke about last time, was, you know, when you pull back and just as you're about to throw, you sort of just tilt that little bit.
Yeah.
I think because obviously you're obviously holding it that little bit longer, obviously it's held it and then you're turning further, so you have to try and adjust in the air, and that's what's like dragging a lot of the darts down. So it's just something to think about, just body position, just obviously as you're throwing, try to just keep everything, you know, upright, straight, and as still as you can. So obviously when if you're having to hold it that little bit longer, you know, it's not a problem. Then again, it's definitely nothing to worry about. It's just that you have to just keep your body position that bit stiller. So it's just something to think about rather than the actual throw, is to keep everything as straight as possible, still as possible, and then once it comes through, it'll come through at the correct position that you want.
Okay then, so I've got my first game up from the Saturday tournament on the screen right now. I played a guy called Brandon, who's actually friends with a guy called Ben, called McCoy Darts from TikTok, so go and follow him, go and check him out. So yeah, I was actually talking to Brandon before the draw came out through Ben, who I'd met, and then he came up to me and was like, I've drawn you. He told me he'd only been playing darts since November previous, so only about 10 months. But he was actually a pretty decent player for someone who's only been playing 10 months, so fair play to him. As you can see, I actually lost the game 4-3. It was a pretty tight game, but I would say Brandon was the better player. If we go into the game detail, which shows you a leg by leg and visit by visit breakdown, as you can see here, I actually lost the first leg. I scored 55, 84, 45, 41, 30, and then a ton, and a 21 to get me down to 125. Brandon had checked out by then, so he very much deserved it. It was a bit of a ropey leg from both of us, but he was just finding that little bit of extra consistency, whether that was through one treble or just a straight visit. Second leg I actually took in 10 visits, so not great, 28 darts, but I done well. I actually hit 103 off 135 to leave 32, so a nice little setup shot there, but other than that, not a great visit. As you can see, to start the leg, 55, 55, 45, I was drifting a lot into the fives at this point, and it was something that me and Sam actually worked on through the coaching, something that's been a little bit less prevalent in my game since that coaching session and since I've developed more practice games and practice time from, you know, September up until now. So obviously if I was to go into this tournament, perhaps those extra couple of darts in the 20s might have helped me out. Third leg, I actually lost this one. Brandon took it out in 24 darts, so a very solid leg. He went 140, which, you know, absolutely killed me from the start of the leg. Basically, anyone who hit a big score in a leg was pretty much in with a chance. He actually hit 2 in this leg and had a 77 and a 60, and he actually messed around on doubles. So, absolutely wiped the floor with me in this leg. Probably should have finished it off when I was in like the 200s, but he eventually got down and took it, went up to 2-1. Then he actually went 3-1 up at this point. I thought, you know what, I'm absolutely done here. I'd missed a few at double in this leg. As you can see, I scored 43 to start with, but then I went 97, 60, 140. So a nice sort of, you know, steady 3 visits. Couple of ropey visits from 116 downwards. I actually left myself double 1. Couldn't hit it, and Brandon took it 3-1. At this point, I was super frustrated, and it actually helped me in my game because in the next leg, I went 81, 85, 80, 140, 75 off 115 to leave tops. Then took out tops in 2 darts, actually averaged 88 in that leg, and a 17 dart leg, which was my best of the weekend. After that, I then took another ropey leg. Brandon messed about on doubles, I messed about on doubles. Again, hit some good scores in this leg. I went ton, I had a 59, had a 100 and 118 to set myself up. I obviously missed a 128 checkout, sorry, and left myself double 5, so I left myself 10. Messed about, but then eventually took it to a last leg decider. And then Brandon turned it on last leg decider, 59, 60, 125, 125, 64, and a 68 out, 18 dart in a decider. Absolutely clutch from Brandon, fair play to him, played really, really well. I was a bit ropey in this game, but on another day I could have perhaps nicked a couple of legs. But Brandon fully deserved it. He played the better overall. Like I say, he, you know, took out a few good legs, 24 darts, 24 darts again on a winning throw, a 25 dart leg and an 18 dart leg on his throw. Whereas me, I won in 31, 17 and 28. So not great, but Brandon was definitely the better player and he deserved his win. On another day, could have perhaps taken it. But I took some confidence from that game just from winning legs basically, because I wasn't doing a lot before the tournament in my local league to actually take that. So I actually played on the second day. I thought, you know what, I'm feeling confident, feel good. Let's see how we get on. And I drew Matt Paget. And if you don't know who Matt Paget is, I'll leave a picture on the screen. He's basically the left-handed Phil Taylor. He throws exactly the same as Phil Taylor and he's left-handed. And he's played on the PDC, Euro Tour, you know, all that thing. Beat me 4-0, which was expected, but I actually played pretty well to start with. As you can see here, I started off the game with a 125. I was actually pretty nervy at this point, but for some reason the 125 just sort of dropped in and I played quite well. So 125, a 40, which wasn't great, then a 60 and another 140 to leave myself 136. Hit an 11, which absolutely killed me. 49 to leave myself 76, but the visit before I left myself 76, Matt Paget actually hit a 180 to leave 16 off 196. So if I hadn't messed about for those 2 visits, who knows, I could have nicked the first leg. Second leg, I then actually started off quite well again, went 195. Matt Paget went 40 and 121. Again, had a couple of decent scores, 84, 75, but again, messed about. I had a few visits around the 30 mark, 45 as well. And again, missed darts at double. The last one I didn't miss darts, but I missed darts at double in this one to actually take out a leg to go 1-1, and that was also against the throw. Then the next 2 legs, he absolutely blew me away, took it out in 16 and 15 darts, which is like 97 average, like can't complain about that. Didn't play very well at all in the third leg, went 45, 30, 85, 5, shocking, 39, 30, didn't play very well. And then the last leg, I didn't even get a chance to even really have a throw, 22, 90, 45 ton. So yeah, he absolutely blew me away in the last 2 legs, but from the first 2 legs, I took a lot of positives and also from the initial game on the Saturday as well, lots of positives to take. So. And that was all really thanks to Sam from Sam Squire Darts Coaching for sort of showing me sort of methods and practice games just to kind of get that scoring back on board, because the legs where I stood a chance were the legs where I was a bit more steady, hit the tons, hit the 140s, and that's something that was missing from my game. When I was playing at my best, again, I wasn't much better than I was now, but I was staying in games with good players because I'd give myself a chance at double because my scoring was better, whereas now my scoring was so erratic that I'd hit like a 45 or a 26 more often than I'd hit like an 85 or like even a 66. So trying to get that, you know, finding that treble back has been a huge factor for me. As we go into 2025, I'm going to hopefully have some more vlogs of big events like this. I'm going to hopefully go back again to Bridlington to the WDF British Open. I'm perhaps going to go to a couple of ADC events as well, and maybe something else around that. I just have to see how budgets and also, you know, travel time, work, all that kind of thing, the stuff for a usual amateur darts player plays out. So we'll see how we get on. I'm going to be vlogging, you know, practice games, pub darts, perhaps some Super League when I get back into it in the new year as well. I'm going to be vlogging all of that as I go, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see more vlog content. I actually did get some footage, it was on my TikTok, I'm going to splice that into this video now. Join me for the British Open and Classic weekend in Bridlington. As you can see, here's my shirt, looking very good. Here's my case, obviously I'm using the Matador Darts Originals. You can still buy them on my website for £34, go and check that out. Brought some stickers, gave them out to some of you guys, and also a lucky mascot there. First call of the day was to go to the bakery. Look at all those cakes, lovely. Didn't have any of them though, because obviously trying to be a little bit healthy. Have a walk down to the harbour. I always do this on the first day. This is always like a little tradition of mine. Really lovely place, Bridlington. At least on the seafront anyway. And there's the spa, that's the venue we're playing in. As you can see, here's the top deck. This is like a theatre venue. So as you can see, a really nice bit of artistic architecture there on the roof. But yeah, look at this venue. There's the stage over there where the finals are played on the Sunday evening, and here's all the boards. 32 boards down at the middle of the venue. Then there's another 8 boards in the corner for the women and also the youth. Here's Ben from McCoy Darts having a few practice darts. Managed to sneak in a little recording of him. Don't know what he scored there, but he was obviously just warming up. The best thing about these events is you can actually go to them and just watch all of the games. So I'd already lost by this point, but I managed to watch a first round tie between Connor Scott and Scott Waits. Connor actually won the whole event. The British Classic, so well done to him. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Just kind of a little recap, because I've been meaning to do it for ages and I absolutely forgot to. If you want to see how I got on the year previous to this, I'll leave a link to that video in the description down below, as well as links to Sam Squire Darts Coaching and all of the stuff he does as well. Make sure you get booked up for 2025 and mention my name. So you found him through me, and who knows, we might do some sort of collab again in the future. Maybe I can go to Sam's dart room and actually like have a proper session with him in person. We'll see how that goes. But yeah guys, that's it for the video. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy, comment down below what you want to see from me in terms of content, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time.